Hey everybody, Subin here, and I'm actually trying something a little bit different today. Not normally home when news drops for new stuff, and everybody kind of beats you to the punch. But hey, we're here. Let's do this. So they dropped a handful of the first Pokemon Go TCG products and cards. So I want to take a quick look at some of the cards and the products and chat about it for a minute. So yeah, we've got some of the cards here. I'm checking out pokebeach.com. Link will be down in the description below. Make sure you go check them out. They're really, really good about keeping up to date with everything. So yeah, let's just browse over these cards here. Right out of the gate, we have a Glowing Executor V. Pretty cool. It's got Growing Tail for 1 grass. Flip a coin if heads. Search your deck for up to any 5 grass energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. Then shuffle your deck. Maybe. And then Head Swing for 3 colors. It does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each grass energy attached to this Pokemon. I feel like we already have this in the form of Delmise, so there's not really a reason to play this over Delmise. Delmise VMAX is just a better card. Alright, so next we have this Magikarp here. Lively Grouping. So check for any number of Magikarp. Reveal them and put them in your hand. Whatever. Raging Fin. 30 more damage for each Magikarp and Gyarados in your discard pile. Could be kind of cool if you're able to like continuously stream it for, Twin Energy or Double Turbo. Double Turbo really does damper the amount of damage you can do. I mean, you can actually have technically 3 other Magikarp and 3 Gyarados in your discard pile because it doesn't count Pokemon V in this case. So you're 4 Gyarados, 3, yeah. So yeah, not a lot of damage. Not a lot of damage. Here is the Gyarados itself, though. Wreak Havoc for a colorless. Flip a coin until you get tails. For each tails, discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. I'm sure somebody will try and play this in like some sort of mill deck just for fun. I don't think it'll have like great success by any means. And then the second attack, 2 water, 2 colors. Wild Splash for 230. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. Not really feeling it either. We have a Pikachu here. Pretty cute looking up at its little buddy. Its attack is Buddy Bolt for lightning and 2 colorless. You play to support of this turn. It does 30 more damage. 3 energy for 60 damage. No thanks. Alright, so here we get into Mewtwo. Mewtwo's a little bit interesting. I gotta say, right out of the gate, the artwork on this is awesome. It's like destroying something in the background. It's charging up a Shadow Ball in its hand, which is really important for like the Pokemon Go players. Mewtwo was the first big raid Pokemon, and Shadow Ball was the raid exclusive move for it, so it was pretty cool. And we have a Super Psybolt for colorless and a Psychic. It does 50 damage. And then Transfer Break, 2 Psychic, 1 colorless, 160 movement energy from this Pokemon, one of your bench Pokemon. Not that great. Really pretty artwork, though. I really love the artwork on this card. And then we get into the Mewtwo Vstar, which is a little bit better. I don't think it's like amazing by any means, but 280 HP on a V-Star is pretty good. We've seen, 270, 260 on some of them out there. Psypurge for 90x for a Psychic and a colorless. Discard up to 3 Psychic energy from your Pokemon. This attack does 90 for each one you discard anyway. So like Ultra Necrozma, kind of. Without a way to like consistently get Psychic energy into play in standard other than like say Shadow Rider VMAX, which is just a liability because it's doing dark at the current moment in time. It's not really my cup of tea. Like, the attack is cool, the art's cool. The V-Star power is also an attack for the same attack cost. It does Star Raid, because of Pokemon, Mewtwo was the first raid boss in Pokemon Go. It does 120 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon V. I like that V-Star power, but at the same time, I mean, whatever. You could increase it to 150 with, like, Telescopic Sight. It could finish a game off, but again, the dark weakness is just a big problem. Mew VMAX is still super relevant in the format, so I mean, we get these cards in July, which is between Astral Radiance and whatever like Dark Phantasma ends up being. So I don't really think it's gonna make too much of a difference. We have a little baby Meltan here. 70 HP, 2 close, Thundershock for 20 damage, flip a coin if heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is not paralyzed. Meltan's important though because it was like the first Pokemon Go exclusive Pokemon. And then, of course, here is Melmetal, which you had to do inside of the shadow boxes and just get all those candies from all those Melmetal boxes. So, you know, they got to put them in here. Headbutt for 60 for 2 colorless, and then Swinging Smash for 30 plus. Flip 2 coins. Its attack does 90 more damage for each heads. Not very good. Then we look into a Melmetal V. 220 HP. Arm Charge for 2 metal for 50. You may attach a metal energy from your hand to this Pokemon, and then Mega Punch for 3 metal, 140. Not very good. There's a lot of other better basic metal Pokemon, Zacian, Zamazenta, whatever. Now, we don't have a V-Star or a V-Max for Melmetal, and Melmetal is one of the only few Pokemon who have a Gigantamax form that hasn't been brought to the TCG yet. So I feel like another card that we haven't seen in this series yet potentially could be a Melmetal V Max to get the Gigantamax form out there in the form of a card. What will it do? I don't know. It's going to have to be leaps and bounds better than this V to really make a difference in the metagame. Now we've got a little Chansey passing out and some Rosebushes here. Delicious Egg, heal 30 from one of your bench Pokemon, and Gentle Slap, 2 colorless energy for 30. You put a double turbo on there and you're hitting for 10. Woo! Yeah, not very good. We have this Blissey here, 200 HP on a stage 1. Kind of cool, kind of tanky. I love the artwork, how it's like blowing up over the top of the gym, just like you'd have in Go. I like that a lot. Enriching Egg, heal all damage from one of your benched Pokemon, and then send Headbutt for 3 for 100. The Egg healing, kind of cool, 200 HP on a basic. Well, not a basic, a stage 1, sorry. And, you know, a single prizer is what I meant to say. I think the only other single prizer out there that has 200 HP is Wailord. And it has more of like an aggressive sort of attack. So I feel like this Blissey with the healing, you know, there's a Snorlax, a few cards ahead that we'll look at. Maybe some sort of stall / control archetypes will, you know, make use of it here. We got a little CG animated Eevee on the couch with this trainer here. Ooh, whiny voice for 1 colorless. Choose a random card from your opponent's hand. They reveal it and shuffle it into their deck. And then tackle for 2 for 20. Not very good here. Here is the Snorlax though. 150 HP on a basic. Decent. And then its ability Block. As long as it's in the active spot, your opponent cannot retreat. So they'd have to play Switch or Escape Rope or whatever to do something. But it's pretty interesting ability here. And then its attack, not really anything worth noting. 150 damage for 4, and it goes to sleep. Probably not ever going to attack with us. It's definitely going to be some sort of like Sol control, slow roll archetype kind of card. And we get into some more random stuff here. We're almost done. We have the Apalm here with 60 HP. It's got the attack bustle, flip a coin if heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from effects and attacks, or I'm sorry, from effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. Not really that good, honestly. Artwork's cute. All the mist Pokeballs being thrown at it. And then Slap, 30 for 3 colorless. Not good at all. Here is the Apalm evolution, hanging from a traffic sign. Pretty cool. 90 HP, stage 1. Basic. Nothing really great here. Ability Primate, Dexterity. If any damage is done to this Pokemon by attacks, flip a coin. If heads, prevent that damage. We've seen that on other cards in the past. This could be interesting to see. I mean, it's sort of similar to Dragapult, which was on a stage 2. That didn't really get a lot of play either, but in like single prize format it did. We'll see what happens with that. And then we got Full Tilt Swing, or I'm sorry, Fling. 60x, flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon. This attack does 60 damage for each heads. Again, I'm not a big fan of like coin flip attacks. I know some people are. Alright, so we have Blanche, Candela, and Spark, and they all have sort of the same similar effect. Draw 2 cards. If you draw any cards this way, flip a coin. If heads, attach a water energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So it's like a very limited Turbo Patch and Bill mixed together. Blanche does water, Candela does fire, and Spark does lightning. I don't think they're gonna get played, honestly. I don't think it's gonna make an impact here. But these next 2 cards are probably the most overall cracked so far that we've seen in this set. Lure module, item card. Each player reveals the top 3 cards of their deck and puts all Pokemon they find there into their hand. Then each player shuffles the other cards back into their deck. So it works for both players, unfortunately. If this is just one-sided, I think this would be like a put this in every deck kind of card, like, and just let it roll and see what happens. Like, it could be insane. But because it also benefits your opponent, not a lot of people really want to do that here, unless you play this before, like, some sort of hand disruption, like a Marnie or a Judge, or late game after Astral Radiance comes out. If you slap the Roxanne down, that could be a play with it. I don't know. We'll see. But definitely interesting to see this. Has an old school feel to it, with the effect of the trainer card here. And then the most absurd one, Pokestop Stadium card. Once during each player's turn, that player may discard 3 cards from the top of their deck. If a player discarded any item cards this way, they put those item cards into their hand. Could you imagine this 2015, 2016 with like Vespiquen Flareon? Think about it. Could this be what Wormadam needs to get Pokemon faster into the discard pile, get you trainer cards to get your evolutions, and go from there? Turbo Dark could play this to, grab your Darkrai's and throw them all into the trash, so you could bring them back with their energy. This discards the energy, and this way you're just grabbing like your patches. And I could even see this in like some sort of like Turbozation kind of deck too, with like saucers and stuff. This has a lot of potential uses, and I think this card's definitely going to get a lot of play. So I would definitely recommend picking up a couple copies of these when the set comes out in July. Alright, so those are the singles that we've been given. We've got the Elite Trainer box, and we've got 2 battle decks with different artwork for Mewtwo and Melmetal. No contents other than the V yet from these. We'll keep an eye out for those. Then we've got these special collections here where they come with a pin and a full art version of the trainer cards of the team leader, Spark, Blanche, Candela. Again, pretty artworks on the cards, but I don't really think that these cards are going to get played at all. This is definitely going to be a collector thing. The Alolan Executor V is also getting its own box here with different art and a stamp on it. Again, nothing crazy. And then we have this card here, Radiant Eevee. So we're getting a Radiant here, and I can't quite tell like how the foiling is going to be with these. The Japanese like photos of the Radiant Pokemon just look better with like the Cross X foiling so far. But Radiant Eevee, 90 HP, Twinkle Gathering, search your deck for a number of cards up to the number of different types of Pokemon you have in play and put them in your hand and shuffle your deck. I think it's very good. I think there's other better Radiant Pokemon since you can only have 1 in a deck anyways. And then 3 colorless to do 50 damage. Not very good. I feel like the Greninja, the Hawlucha, the Gardevoir, all way better than this by a long shot. And then we come down here. We've got Pokemon Go tins. It's got Pikachu carrying a gift. Pretty cute artwork. Attack, gift, delivery, flip a coin of heads. Search your deck for an item card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Coin flips. And then Pika Ball for 50 for 3 energy. Not really good. And then we got some mini tins coming out and some Pokeball tins. And then here's the Japanese scans and artworks of all the cards. Again, look at the Radiant in comparison to ours. That like foiling pattern is just so much nicer. So I hope they do something good for us. But yeah, that's it for this video. Something I normally don't do is these sort of things, but I was actually home. The news came out right away, and I was like, you know what? Let's record a video and put it out there and talk about these cards. I definitely think, in the hindsight, I feel like the lure module, but especially the Pokestop, are the most important ones that we've seen today. And, maybe the Mewtwo, depending on what happens to the metagame. And maybe if we get lucky and get a Melmetal VMAX, could be cool. But that's it for me. If you guys want more Pokemon content, hit that like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let YouTube know this is something that you want from me to put out there to the world. Check out the tournament VOD. Check out the Gust of One podcast with Gazerbeam and I. Gazerbeam 2K is one of my best friends here on the internet of Pokemon, I guess. I know we're on YouTube, but we're on Twitch a lot more. Come hang out with us on Twitch. We record Gust of One podcast on either my channel or Gazer's channel. on every Sunday. This coming week, we have a pretty good guest coming up. This last week, we had Lindsay Rosecup from the Shuffle Squad on, also a good guest. So keep an eye out for that and more content in the future. That's it for me. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.